Welcome to A World Made of Cardboard Reviews. Today I want to talk about Doctor Who. I grew up in the 70s and 80s watching Doctor Who on a local PBS station out of New Orleans, Louisiana. I grew up loving the show and just enjoying every aspect of it. I wanted toys from the show, but I never could get any because they never really came to my area. So I made do with what I had. I made my own Tardis out of cardboard. I made FX7 into Daleks, and the Sontaran was made from my Hoth Stormtrooper, and the AT-AT driver and Imperial pilot became Cybermen. My G.I. Joe figures became Unit, and the Doctor was played by various figures that I thought were good, but this was my favorite one, where I combined the head of Jedi Luke and the body of Hoth Luke and the coat of Zuckuss, or Forlom, whichever one you want to call him, to make my own personal version of Doctor Who. I had no toys, nothing, but I was able to make things out of cardboard and enjoy that. But today I want to look at a cardboard Tardis that was something that I really wanted to do when I was a kid. This is the BIF Bang POW Tardis Collectible Set. It is a cardboard playset that opens up to reveal the console room of the Tardis, and it goes with 8-inch Mego style Doctor Who figures. Now I would be remiss in not saying that Mego had pretty much cornered the market on action figures in the 70s. They made a whole series of Marvel and DC superheroes and called them the world's greatest superheroes, and made play sets and everything to go with them. Even made Star Trek play sets and everything. All of those play sets, most of them, were made totally out of cardboard and were coated with a plastic similar to a 3-ring binder or a Trapper Keeper from the 80s that was just made to look like the place and not be very expensive. For an 8-inch figure, play sets were going to be really difficult to make if they were totally made out of plastic. So this one is a printed cardboard playset. It is already assembled, so this is a little different. And yes, it's not 3 3/4 inch scale, but it is a nice little playset. So I'm going to open it up. This is actually from my wife's collection. She's allowing me to do this. Let's get it out of the box here. One thing I was surprised about when I opened it up was that there was nothing wrapping the Tardis from the inside of the box, and all it is just sitting there. Now this thing was this toy was released in 2013, and it is a nice little representation of the Doctor's Tardis, which is modeled after a 1960s police box from the streets of London. If you know the show, it could change shape, but the TARDIS could actually change shape depending on where it landed, so it could hide, but the Doctor's TARDIS was stuck in this form when he landed in the 60s. But this one actually opens up. It has some magnets here that open up a side and allow you to completely open up the inside of the TARDIS. Now, let me pull out this. The inside looks really good. We have doors over here. They do not work. They're just a picture. There's the inside of the TARDIS. And here is the TARDIS console. And, a plastic figure of K9. Now I made mine out of poster paper and cardboard when I needed to make a K9 figure, and it does pretty well. K9 was a nice little character. Really enjoyed him on the show. This TARDIS also comes with a keychain that makes sound effects. So let's see if we can hear what the sound effect here. Alright, that's the TARDIS taking off. and that's the Tardis landing. That's the sound of the time rotor decompressing. Well, anyway, here is the Tardis base. The keychain fits right in here and allows you to be able to push the button after you've assembled the playset. Assembled it. And there it is. Now, I do have a Tom Baker figure that's in my wife's collection. The bubble has come off, but I am not going to remove him totally from the plastic because my wife will be upset. But anyway, that is basically it. It is a neat little playset that is made out of cardboard. It's pre-printed. You just assemble it very simply and easily, and it unfolds exactly how I was planning when I was a kid to try to make a Tardis that could do this. Who knows, maybe one day I might try to do it one day and make my own and maybe even upload that to the internet. It's not like I don't have the plans to the Tardis. So it's a neat little playset, and if you can find it and you're a Doctor Who fan, I'd recommend getting it. A couple of things that are kind of downsides about it. The packaging does say this is not for a toy, so it basically says do not play with it. So you just basically set it up and look at it. As a kid, I would have played with this thing and probably torn it up. It's not designed to be played with very much. So that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks. For me, with Doctor Who, I enjoyed playing with the toys, playing with what I had as a toy, because you could experience that wonder of traveling through time and space. Just a fun little series and a fun little toy. So that's all I have for this little episode. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.